Now it's time. Welcome you all, judges and everyone, to puzzle number 42. A puzzle, it's a long puzzle, this one. And the whole thing about this puzzle is like this cell above. Why I'm talking about this cell? I'm talking about this cell up because I know for sure, and I mean for sure, that this one is a recoil or the end of the puzzle. Now, if it's a recoil, it must be a vertical recoil. That means that I'm recoiling something that goes here, for example, or that is another option, of course, downwards here. Now, though, is that really possible to do so? Because if I ever want to do this, to recoil stuff upwards here, I must recoil all of them before, of course, okay? Now the question is, can I do that? Because now I must recoil all of those cells. And for example, this one now isn't a recoil that's done horizontally at this point, because if you are here, you can't go down, and you can't ever enter this cell if you are ending here. So, like, there is no way that this one is the recoil of this, because this one can't be recoiled before, unless you make a move here going down and then going out, but you can't go out because this move and this move are not allowed because you have nothing to recoil. So, considering that you have nothing to recoil there and there, means that this move can't be done. Now the question is, considering that this move can't be done, are there other options for this one to be recoil of something? And the answer is no. Why? Because you can't end here, same problem. And you can't end here, same problem. Cell right of the end is an issue as well. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely true. But all of this means that you must end here, and so this thing is just the end of the puzzle. It's not just that though, because this means a lot of stuff. For example, this means that you must recoil something around the puzzle, and you must reach some parts of the puzzle, considering that you must go up there. Okay. Yes, exactly. I used that also for those because it's like it's there forever, so it's a little more forcing and useful. Now we have another problem though, and that problem is, can I avoid to enter this area of the puzzle like entirely? Because remember that now we are ending here, so if I want to enter, I must exit. If I want to enter, I must exit. Consider that this one and this one are the only two ways to enter this big region that you have here. Now, clearly, you must go here. Why? Because if you try to not go here, and I mean, it's fine if you don't want to do so, but this one must be recoiled. And how do you recoil this move if you have nothing here? I mean, okay, you could do that, but clearly this doesn't work, okay? You have too many stuff to recoil. So you must enter this area and exit, and you can't do that this way because of connectivity, because if you try to do so, at a certain point, this thing must go here, and so you are just forced to break something. Why? For a very interesting thing that I will show you in a second, and that is this little gap that you have here. What I mean? If I try to go up, I just break this, and so this means that I must go through here and then somehow connect to the outside. Next option. Instead of going up, I go here. Again, I break this. I go here, I break this. I go down, I break this. In other words, there is no way that I'm going this way in this direction. There is just no way. It doesn't matter where the starting goes. You are always breaking this specific part of the puzzle. But the fact that you can't go up from the starting point means that you always have to connect from the bottom part of it and not from the upper part of it, okay? So first of all, this is a general consideration that you must make in this one, and that consideration is that from here, then you have another thing that returns that must go through the other side, and this is very relevant. But also, this means that you just go through here, and then you just go through here. So all of this is forced. And going up there just breaks immediately anyway. Oh yeah, yes, clearly. You don't have enough space, that's true, yeah. Also, we have another problem here. What's the problem? The problem is that somehow we must go up here. It's here or here, I don't know where, but we must go up here, okay? So now my question is, how can I recoil those two cells? Because those two cells must be recoiled, okay? Now those two cells, if I don't want to recoil them here somehow, I can't recoil them here, because recoiling them here for time would recoil something that is here, and so I can't go to the upper side of the puzzle, and I know that I must reach the upper side of the puzzle. So, in other words, I'm forced to do something like this or like this. Now, I have a problem though. And the problem is, if I do that, I'm not recoiling enough stuff, because I have just two and the other one is not recoiled. So I can't do that, and I must make this move. Now, sadly, I don't know how it ends. Why? Because I could recoil the other one here, or I could, in theory, do that. Because I have this gap that can be recoiled here. So, sadly, both work. And I don't know which one of those is the last column, is the last step to recoil for this, okay? So, I can't exactly say anything about this. But there are some more things that I can tell. Yeah. First of all, here I can't go to the right and go down these breaks, so this can't be like that. And now, wait a second, let me just remember. Oh yeah, okay. Now I must recoil this cell. And this cell to the right, and this cell above. And this cell, and this cell. Okay? Now I'm fine. I'm fine with the fact that some of those cells will be recoiled like horizontally somehow. Like this one, for example, or this one as well. I mean, you could do some stuff, okay? But first of all, you can't reach this cell, because if you reach this cell in this direction, you break everything. You can't go here, you can't go up. If you reach this cell in the other direction, this one is a problem, but also this one is a problem. You can't recoil, you can't recoil. So in other words, this one is always not recoiled. This means that there is no way for those two to be recoiled horizontally. So those two moves are recoiled vertically. At least those two moves, okay? Now, the question is this. What if I go here and then here? This means that this move is recoiling this cell. And now, how am I recoiling those two? I just can't recoil those two at this point. This means that I must make these moves in this way. Now, sadly, I don't know which ones of those are recoiled, because I know for sure that this one will be recoiled by the last move. I'm pretty convinced of that, of course. But the other one, I don't know, sadly. I'm not exactly convinced of the other one. Why? Because those two could recoil one of them and the other one. And I don't know which one of those. At least I know that those are recoiling this cell, but I don't know for the others. I don't know which one of the others is being recoiled. That's my point, okay? And also I must recoil this cell because I must make it for that reason. I can't recoil this one here because I must recoil this one as well. So for time, I can't recoil for that from that. Okay, so this is always like this. Now, next relevant step. Okay, next relevant step is that I take something to drink while solving. This is a very relevant step, of course. Okay, what I have in my screens is wild. It's strange, honestly, and it's been a while, so I'm trying to understand what I had, but I think I'm seeing. Okay, let me explain. What I have is. Oh, come on. I don't believe that I'm just solving 2 puzzles in this stream. I don't want to do that. I want to do more than 2, but yeah, we'll see. We will see how it goes, honestly. It's already 1 a.m. here. But, okay, I know that I can do that because this move is not allowed. So I must continue this way. This is forced. And... okay, I'll tell you what I have in my screens. In my screens, I have the fact that this goes this way. Now, why this is true is a thing that I still have to understand. Oh yeah, yes. Of course it's like that. Of course it's like that. Sorry. Yeah. You have a lot of moves here that somehow, like you must reach those or you must recoil those cells. Okay. Now, if you try to not recoil, like for example this cell from the column going downwards, it means you must recoil that in the row. But you can't go here, it's in the wrong direction. You just can't do that. There is no way to do that. And you can't make it with horizontal moves in this direction, because you already have those 2 that must be made as vertical directions. So for example, yes, I guess that you could do that and then just make 1 move. But when you do that, and then you go up, for example, like this is like the best you can do. The best you can do is this in this case. Now you must recoil all of those cells before, for example, or use all of them before, and then find a way to reach these, and then still you must find a way to reach this one as well at this point. Because if this one is not recoiled vertically, this one is not recoiled vertically. And so also this one must be, okay, this one recoils this that was not recoiled before. And now imagine that those are recoiled and those are 3 cells still, and that's fine. You need to do that as well. And then you go up and then you continue and then everything here is not recoiled. I mean, you can recoil these 2 things, but you can't recoil this cell if you do that. So the whole point is that you can't just recoil this cell above if you try to never recoil stuff there. Isn't it pretty trivial that your entry and exit logic of the right side gets extended past the two gaps? Yes, but I was not talking about that. That's what's not I was saying. It is indeed, but I don't understand. Like, you're saying that you must go through here, and that's true. But I was just saying that you must reach this side, this column with the path, and you do that because if this one you want to recoil this one via a move that goes here, you are forcing this, and then you are forcing this, and then this move can't ever be, this cell can't ever be recoiled. This means that you must reach this part of the puzzle. But when you reach this part of the puzzle, like clearly you can't go here, so you can do that, of course. But the point is that when you reach this, you must finish here, and so you're forced to do that. And so, in theory, you could go up and then go here and then go down, but clearly you are just making one of those moves. Just curious how that wasn't done before. Okay, it's because in my screen I had this before that one, and I'm literally straight following my screens. But yeah, the whole point is that if you don't go here, like you could do stuff like this, and then I don't know, maybe like this, for example, and then this. But this is clearly not completing the whole upper part here of here. You're not recoiling everything. You're not recoiling enough. That's the point. That you're not recoiling enough, and so you just for a matter of amount of cells that you must recoil, you must go through here and here, and for the same reason you must go through here and here, of course. But yeah, that's absolutely true. Now that I'm here, let me have a look. Oh, clearly, yes. Clearly now I can't continue down because this move can't allow me to continue, so I must go here and take this one. So this one was a very simple step. And okay, this is where I was ending the puzzle. No, it's not the right screenshots. Okay, I'll tell you why I took another, like my iPad, because I don't know why, but for this puzzle, my screenshots are not in order. So like I have the first ones, and then I have some of the last ones, and then they are just not, they didn't upload correctly. And so I'm always switching like a lot before and after. Okay. You see something pretty important. Okay. Tell me. I will tell you if it's in my screens or not. Yeah. This has to be recoiled vertically, and it has to be recoiled from all the way north. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay, okay, now I understand what I had. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see. I think I see. No. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. What I have here is, let me try to show that. It's like 4 screenshots, so I'm trying to remember what I had here. But first thing is this wall downwards area here is very limited. Why? Why it's very limited? It's very limited because you still have to find out 2 moves going to the left from here, from those 2. Now, they are clearly not here or here. Clearly, this doesn't work, of course. If you want to ask why, it's because, like, you could do that, but clearly you're not using that then. And there is no way to make this, of course. So you're not using those 2. Now that you're not using those 2, though, it means that you must use cells that are here to recoil those 2 cells. Okay? Now, this means that if I try to go like this way and then down, for example, also, can't you just recoil the entirety of the bottom row of the right side, as if you ever go down there, you will never be able to go back up? Yes. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. Absolutely true. And I mean, even here and even here, if we want to talk about recoil cells, and of course those and those as well. Absolutely true. Okay, in fact, we know that we must go through here or through here or through here somehow, because of the fact that if you go there, it happens what you said, that you can't do that without creating problems and leaving this part not used. Okay, so somehow you must reach this this south part of the puzzle, southern part of the puzzle from here. Somehow you must reach that part. But oh, yes, okay, sorry. Okay, the point is this. Sorry, the point is this. You must make those two cells, you must make those two recoils after you return, okay? After you return. So they are part of the path okay, part of the path from which from this point you are going upwards. Now the question is where this thing could be. That's my question, okay? Where this thing could be. Why I'm saying that? Because imagine that it's there. Those things are recoiling here. The only way to do so is doing that, because if you do that, you are okay, clearly you can't connect this way, so you must do this. And now, how can you connect? Because you must do that, so you must continue downwards to do so. And then you still need to do that, so you must do that, and so you must continue this way as well. This one goes up, this one goes here. Remember that now you have two things to connect here. This is wild. And then you must continue this way, and then you must go up because you continue here and you trap everything. You go here, you trap everything. You go here, you trap everything. So like this thing just doesn't work, okay? If you try to do that this way. At the same time, though, you could, in theory, not go down here, but continue and then go straight here. Can't do that, of course, same problem, but you could continue this way. This would allow you a little less, like it's a bit less forcing in that sense, okay? But the point is not that. The point is that even if you do that, you are still creating this move. This move here. This move here is always there. That's the problem. I mean, the problem. That's the point. In other words, now if I return back, the fact is this, that if you want to recoil those two things, and I don't know how am I recoiling those two things, but I know for sure that this move is forced if I do that, and if I do that, because that would force this one as well. So this one is always like that. It's literally always like that. And clearly it's not going down, so it's going up. So this is connected like this. And this is one of the screens that I had. The other screen that I had is that I cannot have this just not connected, I mean, just this way. And the reason why this doesn't work is that you can't go here or here at this point, so you must go here. And so the only way to do so is that here you go down, and then you go here, but then this one is trapped. It's clearly trapped, this one. So even in this case, you are not doing that. I mean, if you do that, you are connecting here. So this is always done as well. So those two moves are there. That's what at least I can tell, that those two moves are there. They're forced to be there, okay? Now, next question. Next question now. Can I now continue here? So make this move, like all of these three moves. In this case, like my only option is that I do that, and then I go down, and then I go down again. We already said that, okay? So we must do this. Now the question is, could I do that or not? And it seems that my answer was no. Now, if you want to ask me why I said it was no, well, I need to focus and understand. Oh, well, clearly, now this cell could still be this. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, so why I say that this breaks? Is there a reason why this breaks? There probably is. But I'm not remembering. Okay, anyway, now this move clearly is an horizontal recoil and this one, because you don't have other options to make this going to this side. So you must make this move to recoil here. This up move forces a recoil below. Yes, I agree. So... You mean this one? You meant this one? Yeah, and so? This is the case in which we are at the moment. Does it? This must go here and then upwards. Oh yes, that's the problem. Oh yes, never mind. Yeah, that's the problem. That if I go here, then I can't continue. So I must go down, and then I can't go here because it traps. And if I go here, I can't go here. Or here, I think. Because it traps everything. So I must continue, and here it traps still everything. So I must go here, but when I reach this, I can't go up because it traps stuff down. So it's this upwards move. Yes, okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So I can't make this move. Yes, okay. And so I must go here. That's a good point. That's a good point. And... Okay, that's this one. The more general point is you need your starting path to never go 3 rows down. Yeah, exactly. And this means that I can't go here because I can't reach, so I can't go here, same problem. Okay, that was nice, but this is always already forcing stuff here at the left, I think. Because now, if I... Okay, clearly now this breaks. Now clearly this breaks. So this one is never a cell path. And this means yeah, and this means that now this cell can't ever be reached by one of those moves. Because unless I do... Like if I do that, and this one takes this, then the other one could take this. Oh, yes, but my point is that this move can't be reached by an horizontal move. Yeah, okay, sorry. So this move must be one of those. Yeah. And so, now this move must be made by an horizontal move. And so that move can't be this one, of course, so it must be this. So you must go through here, you must go through here, you must go through here. This one takes this cell, of course. Now here you must go up, taking this cell, of course. Now you can't continue upwards, so you must go to the right, taking this cell, and now you can go twice up, taking 1 and 2, so this one connects here. And now, this move is clearly now taking this cell, and this is exactly the other of my screens, so that's good. So it means we are on the right track, at least in the same track that my screens were. Sorry. So, okay, next one. Okay, next one. I have exactly what I just rediscovered already. So the fact that if I go down, I can't go up, we discovered already. So we can't make any one of those moves. The fact that you do that means that you must go through these, in other words. And 1 and 2 are taken. And now that you are here, you are taking 2 cells here, and so you can't make another move, so you must do that. This move takes this, and so you must go through here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is clean. And now this goes from here. More directly, the 2 cells southeast to the starting diamond, you need to go right from there twice and then go up. Southeast. Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, if only someone read chat. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Now I take this. Yes, and now this means that I can do this, because if I do that, I don't have space for this to be forcing, so I must do that, and then I do that. And now that we are here, this move is clearly taking this cell. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and now if I try to go up here, and then I go here, and then I go down, it still works. Or if I go here, it still works. Both work. Strange. Oh, but if I do that... Oh, yes, okay. If I do this, now I have problems. What I mean? I can't go up, because if I do that, I will reach this cell. If I go to the right, I take this cell, and this is fine. And then I go up, and then... I have too many recoils here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't have all of them. All of them available. It does mean that I must do that, and that. And so, because here I would have the same problem, now I must go up, and when I do that, I have this cell that is free for me to continue. So this is done. And oh, clearly this one is forced to be like that, but it's obvious. But it's still true. Even if it's obvious, it's true. Okay. And now we can't make this move going up, because we have the same problem again. Too many recoils here. So from this point, we must go here, and then we go up this way. And now we take this cell, and so this means that those two are very likely to be like those two. I mean, I know that they are those two. And so I need still to take this one. So this one connects here, and this one takes exactly the cell I wanted. So now this goes here. And Oh, yes, and now we can't continue here straight, because if we continue straight, then we must continue straight again. And now you turn left because of the exact same point. Okay, you see, now I read. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. This is still not 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's still too much. So you must go here. That's true. And sadly now I can go up or here. Yeah, I can now do that. But I have two different things now that I have in my screens. So let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, I can't go down, because if I go down here, I can't go up like directly, because I do that, and this is not enough from the bottom. Can't do that because it's not enough from the, like, for this row. And so I would continue, and when I continue, it's still not enough. So I must continue this way, and now this one is taken. And now if I go here, I can go down, or I go here, and I can go down again. Both work, sadly. Yeah, it seems that both of them work. Well, do they? If I go down and then I go here, that's 1. So I must wiggle here, and that works. No, that doesn't work. Oh yeah, yes. Sorry, that doesn't work. Okay, if I go down here, now I must go to the left, taking this. Now I can't connect, so I must go up, taking this. I go here, taking this. I go down, taking something, and then I take those two, and so I must go up, and then here I can't continue. So I can't wiggle here. So I'm forced to make the last move here, so I must go down this way, and now I must connect. And those are 1, 2, and 3 moves. So that are exactly 1, 2, and 3 moves. So I can make only one move more, and I can't make those two, so I must turn here. And so I must turn here, taking this, and now I must turn down. And now I go here, taking this last one, and so I must go down here, taking this cell, and I continue here, and I take 1, 2, 3, and 4, taking exactly 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is pretty much done, I think. This one is done as well. And now we are here. Yes, okay. I'm pretty sure your bottom to cell path can go left again, because it will need... Okay, I think we saw the same thing. Okay, speed, yes. Sorry. Now... Oh, yes, and now I can't make this move, because this move would have nothing to recoil upwards. So, in other words, I need this one to recoil, and so I need to go up here to recoil down here, because we have this only thing left. We can't continue this way, so we must go this way, recoiling this cell. And now we still must recoil this cell, and so we are forced to do this move. And so we go up. This move recoils down here instead. So we can't continue here at this point. And now I can't go up here, of course. I can't continue this way and go up again, so I must continue all the way here. I must make those two moves. I must go here as well. And now, here it means that I must go this way and this way now. This creates 1, 2, and 3 recoilings here. And so, oh, still this move just recoils here, of course. And you know what? I mean, oh yeah, I can't make this move, so I must continue from here. At this point. And... oh, and I can't make this move, because if I make this move, then I'm forced to go here. And then what's recoiling this one? Nothing. Okay, makes sense. So I must go here and then go down. And finally I can recoil this move. Oh, I'm not... oh, yes, that's true, because this one would have been recoiled by a move that goes like this way. But remember that we must make two moves recoiling the other way around. This one, and so this breaks. Yes, okay, sorry. That feels correct. Yeah, this feels right. I think this feels right, yeah. And now I can't just connect here because I create a wall, of course. And if I go down, if I go up, oh, the same problem arises, yeah. If I do that or if I do that, the same problem arises. In other words, I need to leave this cell open. So I must go through here, but then I can't go up, or through here. And then I'm fine. I'm just fine. And so I must make 1, 2, and 3 moves. So I must go twice up, take these, twice to the right, take these and these. This one takes the last one here. And now, because we must make all of those moves, and also this move that must be this one at this point, I must do that, and then I just go here and take the last ones for the last 2 moves. And the puzzle completes. Yeah.